What's going on, guys? Greg Meeskostais. Today we got another episode of Goal or No Goal. This was in the Princeton Upenn game, and it was a goal where you can see the ball hits the pipe, comes across, hits another pipe, and bounces out. And this was kind of giving people PTSD from the Maryland UVA 2019 game, where the ball hit the pipe, came down outside the crease, and they still called it a goal, which arguably led to Maryland losing that game. But today we're gonna break this down a couple questions here. Number one, did the ball hit the net? Which we have a great slow-mo angle for. Number two, what constitutes a goal? So looking at a lot of the comments, people are a little confused about what makes a lacrosse goal. Somebody said if it hits two pipes, it's automatically a goal. That's not in the rule book anywhere. Somebody else said if it hits the net, that's automatically a goal. That's not in the rule book anywhere either. The only way a ball is a goal, I'm gonna read these terminology directly from the rule book. If the ball crosses through the imaginary plane created by the back end of the line and the goal, no matter how the goal is constructed. So basically the entire ball has to pass behind the goal frame and the line. So that means that it can hit the net and be a goal, but just because it hits the net, that doesn't mean it's a goal. So let's look at specifically this goal. What happens is the ball hits the pipe. In slow motion, you can tell it kind of rolls across the net, hits this pipe, and bounces out. So I think as a referee making this in real time with no review, you kind of have to call it a goal. It definitely looked like a goal, but in slow motion, what you have to determine is, I think it's very possible that you can hit the pipe, have the ball skim the net here, but Pat, bring the camera in here. You can see that if it's just very light, if it hits the net and skims, this ball is not past the line yet, and then it could bounce out. So depending on how tight this net is and how close you are to the top, I think it's possible you could get this sort of skim, not cross the pipe yet, and then come out and not be a goal, even though it did touch the net. Now this one I do think is a goal, because you can see on the replay how low it hit the net, and the way that a lot of nets are strung. This one was particularly tight, probably tighter than ours. With the angle, the lower you get on the net, to touch the net, it's definitely gonna be behind the goal frame. So I would say this one touches somewhere around here, where with any pressure, that's gonna be behind the goal frame, especially if it's strung tighter and is a little bit more of an angle. So I would determine in slow motion that the refs got this call on the field correct. It was a goal, but there's a little lesson for you guys on what makes a lacrosse goal.